What's up, you guys? Today was a very red day in the market, and I want to start just by helping anybody who has ever had their teeth kicked in trading, had extremely red days before, or if you've never been profitable. I want to start just by going over a couple of messages that I sent to my private team earlier this morning, and then we will get into the Tesla setup because Tesla's actually looking pretty good. I might set some long positions up. We're going to go over all that in a minute. But let's first just go over losses, because today the whole market pulled back off of CPI data. And we know that you will never be able to be right all of the time. If you're trading any specific strategy, there's always going to be a point where you take losses. Our strategy is very simple. We trade a lot off of the 15-minute time frame using our trading bots, as well as market structure on a bigger time frame such as the daily. And all we're looking for is to trade with the trend, and there's going to be times that we catch the top, and overall you have to be okay with that. And I shared this with my team this morning, saying that my best month and my worst month in the past year have been next to each other. And I said, I want you to note the fact that my best month in the past 2 years was December of 2023. We ended up having my worst month in January. Now, remember, I'm still holding $65,000 in losses for Tesla March calls. That is not factored into this. We are going to go over why I haven't sold them, because I still think we could maybe see 200, 220. We're going to go over this because a lot of people in the comments have been asking me, like, hey, you're kind of all over the place. We've been trading different time frames, so I do want to do a further analysis on Tesla. But I said here that is not factored in above. I said, so December and January are nearly a wash if we were to close everything out now. Without me playing my earnings for PayPal and Tesla, we would not have had such a significant drawdown. Now, this is the most important thing. I said to the team, I want you to understand this drawdown period that you see, from being up about 240,000 to being up about 150,000. When you look at just a daily, like a net cumulative P&L or whatever your P&L is going to be over time, if you look at something like this, you would have no problem following a strategy like this. Every individual here would say, dude, I got no issue following something like that. But here's the deal, right? What if you started trading this strategy right in January? What if your first month with our mentorship group, you were down 20%, 30%, 10%? What if in a month you weren't profitable? Would you be able to stick with it? Now, of course, I've been doing this for a very long time, and I understand that there's going to be max drawdown, and you're going to have to understand it. But what I want you to know is that when you're looking at an Excel spreadsheet, or you're looking at even a P&L like this, that's very healthy with a big pullback, you have to understand that this move feels different. It's not just, oh, okay, I was up blank, and now we're up blank. It's no, dude, it feels different. A month of getting your fucking teeth kicked in. I'm finally green for the year now in February. It's the first year I've ever not started out since, I would say, my fourth year when I actually became consistent and profitable. It's the shittiest year I've had to start. But it's a part of the game. And I think the issue is, like, you don't realize psychologically what this looks like. To have 30, 40, 50 trades just not turn out your way potentially. So I want you to understand that no matter what you do, you cannot hide from this, right? And I say this here because when you commit to any system, you have to test it over 100 trades, which is why risk management is key. If you don't have enough money to collect the data, you won't have enough data to make the smarter decisions in the future. The other truth is that we cannot shy away from this. Any profitable strategy is going to have a downturn. Losing in the market is like death. It's certain. It's certain. You can't run from it. So stop trying to find more and start trying to do less. Start learning and spending time internalizing with yourselves. Why can I not be wrong? Why can I not take a loss? How come I'm afraid to take a trade because someone's going to think I'm an idiot? Dude, I get shit comments all the time from people telling me how dumb I am, but hate never comes from above. It never does. Every trader that I respect and that I know is profitable and I know is legit, I got no fucking problems with them. They're never the ones that comment, and that's okay. So let's move into the analysis now that we spent 4 minutes just talking about losses, but like that is more important. If you take anything from this, learn how to lose, all right? Now let's talk about Tesla, and let's talk about the two conflicting sides of this, and I think why a lot of people have tended to kind of see the past couple of videos and be like, bro, I don't get it. You think we're moving to 200, but then you think we can see a move to 180 or 165. I'm very lost. The first thing that I want you to understand is that whatever type of trader you are, you should be focusing on a bigger time frame. Like, just to start, you should know on a weekly or a daily at least what the trend is for the past year, minimum, okay? And I want you to think of our charting as like a long telescope, and we're looking out into space. The widest telescope is going to be the weekly, which is going to be the most important time frame for you to understand. Now, if we come all the way out into this weekly time frame, you're obviously going to see that since we struck and hit highs back here at about $415, we have lows down here at about $100. And since then, it's been very hard for us to get through this resistance level, all right? Now, if you're somebody who likes to draw fibs, I don't really draw too many. You could go from swing high to swing low, and you could see that here at our 618 would have been a perfect short, with take profit back down here at 101. So I still think that there's a chance that we could see this pull back down to 101, and the target on the longer time frame that I've been talking about has been about $165 to $150, because that's where we had this low, and that's where we have this order block that's created. So there is a chance that we will see this thing continue to move back down into 160. Let's move in closer now to look at a daily chart, okay? First thing you're going to notice here on the daily is going to be, once again, we have that high, we have that low, and now if we were to take this fib pool, we would actually draw this out from here to here, and you'll see that it looks, if we can continue this bounce back up, that we could see Tesla back up. The 50% fib would be at about 220. What I was looking for was more of $200. I think that we could see this test of between 200 to 220 and then potentially see that another leg back down. So now if we zoom in even more, let's take a look at the 1 hour chart, okay? The 1 hour chart, we've pulled back down into this. You can see it a little bit better here at 175, and we have pushed off of this impulse back up to $195. What I was looking for at the time was a hopeful break over 195, which would make this move back up happen even faster. Instead of maybe taking a couple of weeks, it could have happened within a couple of days. Instead, we rejected to perfection at 195, and we have now pulled back. So looking now at this smaller time frame, there's really two levels that we need to be keeping an eye on. The first one is going to be this level here of like 193 up to about 194, because this price reacted to perfection here. So this is going to be a very important level to watch because we respected it. And it's also showing that our potential inverted head and shoulders is forming, with this being our neckline. So it seems that there's a pretty good chance that as long as we can hold this price level of 180, that we could see this inverted head and shoulders form where price pushes back up into 195, causing that final shoulder. And then from there, if we break structure of 195, we could see Tesla fill that gap back up to 207. And that's what I was looking for, but in a much faster time frame. That's what I was looking for. So it didn't happen. We ended up getting the rejection. There's still a chance that Tesla can end up entering here or can end up bouncing here at 180. And I do still think that we could see this move back up. Now, if this level is taken out, let's zoom back out to see what would happen. If this level is taken out, and if this order block is taken out as well at 185, then that's where we will be looking for our next order block for support, right? Where were those other lows? Okay, we have one here at about 160, and then from here we have another support down at $100. So I do think that there is a chance that we can see Tesla move back up to 200 and maybe 210. And from that point, we would have to see how does price respect that level to maybe test 230. I hope this video helps, guys. If you want to trade with me every single day, get access to all of my trades as well as all of our trading bots, you guys can use the second link in the description to